Okay, welcome to round 3 of the Leicestershire Cyclocross series. We're at Stable House. This is the Junior Seniors Vet 40s race. And we're off. This is my favourite part of any cyclocross race because it's the bit that I feel like I do the best at. It's just a full whack, full gas sprint out at the start, and we're always aiming for the whole shot. I've been starting second row this season, so I usually like to see how far up I can get, but haven't quite made it to the front of the race today, but I think I got up to, where am I here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7th coming into that first corner, and then that's about the best position I get for the whole of this race. And now the goal for me is just to hang on and not slide back as as far as possible. It was a fun course, classic cyclocross in a field. The technical side of this was that the course was changing, the lines were changing all the way along, and very quickly, because a lot of us were on mud tyres, but it was a very tacky sort of mud, so it just filled in the tread on your tyres, and by the third lap you might as well have been running smooth tyres. I just do all these on one bike, so I don't do any bike changes, so part of the one bike crew, yeah. So keeping it real and grassroots cyclocross, and just like that, getting passed again, letting another one go, but that's a junior, that's okay. We're not fighting with those guys. So, but it always feels bad though when somebody gets around in front of you. But the fight's still on. I'm still on the back of this front train. I'm still trying to hold on as long as possible. I can still see the front of the race. I'm thinking this course is pretty good for me. It's relatively flat, but it definitely suited people who could do a few bike changes. Like I said, the grip, you could probably make up another 10 seconds a lap by having fresh tyres, I think, without having them all gunked up. But we're heading back up the course here. There's some gaps opening up in front of us. This guy in front of me is letting a little bit of wheel go. Not that I could have kept that gap shut, but the more people you have in front of you, there you go, and just like that. I think that was the eventual winner of the race at this point, to be fair. That guy with the ASOS kit that came through. And of course, this junior in front of me, he was just in front of me on the start line. He came back. God, juniors are so fast, honestly. But yeah, back to the course on a slight descent now, picking up a bit of speed. I'm not slipping too far back by my own standards, but I can start to feel that the courses and my tyres are getting quite slippy already. So I'm doing my best to pick the wide lines, starting on the grass where there's grip, cutting across the bits of mud, trying to minimise my time on the slippy parts of the course. But you know, there's people who are much better cyclocross handlers than me. I'm still finding my way into it this season, but it's going well, having a lot of fun. It's always a good hour's whack around in a field on the bike, and you know, riding your bike off-road fast is just fun. It's the most fun you can have on a bike. Yeah. Still sticking with the race here, and the good thing about following fast people is you get to see what lines they get to take. So I'm trying to see what the kids in front of me are doing and how they're opening the gaps. I'm definitely not taking the most optimal lines at this point, so there's always learning opportunities in these races for me, when you can see people who can really take the course a lot quicker than I seem to be able to. Although there's one bit here where I think I have quite a good line on the grass on the inside, but just get cut off by the Lee Valley chap just in front of me here. Bit of a high speed section here. This was a nice fun one. Good drift around this corner, coming through the car park. Bit of a cheer on, I think there. Yeah, that was nice. Yep. And yeah, keep going. And now we're up to a slight drag back up this hill. I say hill, there's probably like 3 meters elevation between the top and the bottom of this thing, but it was the longest sort of drag on the course. It was one of those ones that you had to slightly pace it, because there was a kicker at the top, and if you'd punched really hard up this little section here and then got round these couple of corners, you had to really give it drop the hammer after this corner because the mud was a bit thicker, so you had to really put the power down. Just coming off of this bit of concrete here, and here, this, if you'd gone too hard on that lower part of the course, this just killed you. This as you can see, I'm just getting taken by by everybody on this part of the course. But there we go, it sort of flattens out now, it becomes a bit rolling, and I try to start to wheel people in again. Long laps on this course. Usually I think we've been doing 8-minute laps in the Leicestershire League. I think we're on for 9-minute laps on this one. So even though the whole race was contained in one field, all of the laps were quite long duration laps. So I think all in all we did 7 or 8 laps within the 50 minutes to an hour. So this line, I really messed this one up at the start. I always thought sticking to the grass and the green was the move, but later on in this race I got overtaken by somebody who took a much sharper line, and I started to copy that for the rest of the race, and I think that saved me a second in the future. This was a good section as well, nice high speed section, lots of mud flying off the tyres, almost get to pump through there, and then hard on the brakes for this corner, guide it round. As the race progressed, on a couple of these corners through the sections that we're going through now, I started to do or try and practice, and I executed probably about 80% of the time, where you unclip one foot and try and keep pedaling with the other foot just to keep the traction going, the momentum going. So when you're on your own and you're time trialing the course and the race has sort of gone away from you, these are the things you sort of get a chance to practice and get to learn. And I got better at that as the race went on, but never felt perfectly comfortable on these. I think again because the mud just stuck to your tyres and made bold tyres. So tyres that I was running are the Vittoria Wets. I'm running in them a cheeky 38mm sizing. With Tannis inserts, and I think I had my pressures down about 16 and 17 psi, and I'm a big guy, about 86 kilos, so yeah, tubeless tyres, inserts for cyclocross. I'm loving it this season because this field was so bumpy, and the 38s really felt like a bit of a hack for this course, because no one's checking tyre width at these level of races. You're allowed to run whatever sort of off-road bike you can. And I think if you can boost up to a 35 or a 38, it's a fun little thing when you're not trying to do a dedicated UCI cyclocross race. Yep, bit of a wiggly section here, entering up to the final sort of power sections of this course before we come up to the start and finish line. So past the pits, out the saddle on the drops here, because we're into a bit of a headwind. So out the saddle, low cadence, big gear, just turn it over, keep it turning all the way along here. I think this must have been like a 500 watt effort for a couple of seconds, getting along here, and then 180 turn around that tree, just coming up. I love the colours of this time of year. A lot of the oranges have disappeared now, but the look of this course is classic cyclocross. And here, as we come back down with the sun behind us, yeah, it's just a perfect British cyclocross weather. I mean, look at that. Where your heart's beating at 190 BPM and you're breathing through your eyeballs. But isn't it just lovely? You can see on the right side there, that's the front of the race. So it's pretty much gone from me at this point. But you know, that's the level I'm at. I'm a sort of front to mid-pack jack, aiming for top 10s generally in these sorts of races. And onto the concrete leading up to the end of the final lap. Good section here. I think you know you've got your tyre pressures right, and you're putting the power down when you start to see all the mud flicking off your tyres like this. That chap in front of me, I can just coming into the shot now. Me and him have quite a good backwards and forwards for the next couple of laps. And I eventually put the power down and managed to stay away from him, but joke's on him. He managed to keep his bike going all the way to the end, and yeah, I didn't.